Okay, everyone, so we have the full spoilers for Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, Chapter 22, and we have them right here, and we are going to be discussing some of them here in this video. Now, as always, guys, when it comes to these videos where we cover the full chapter spoilers, I'm only going to be talking about some things because there are definitely a lot of bits of information that's missing, so we don't have full context for what's going on. That's why we always have to wait for the full chapter to get released, because that way we actually do have full context and we actually do know what's going on. So just wanted to say that up front. We are not going to be talking about everything in these spoilers. So definitely the thing that we are going to be talking about is Boruto's battle with Jura, which does cover the majority of this chapter, but there are some other things happening, which again, I will talk about in the full chapter review, or the official chapter review when the chapter officially gets released, which should be on the 20th. So make sure you keep an eye out for my review, which hopefully will be out a couple of days after the official chapter gets released. So just keep an eye out for that. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Now, before we get to this, based on what we have right here, if there's anyone out there who was doubting Kashin Koji's words or his warnings to Boruto to not go to the battlefield, because if he does, then Boruto will be going up against Jura and it is not going to end well for him. And based on what we see here in this chapter, Kashin Koji was definitely right to warn Boruto. And even for anyone out there who doubted Boruto's own words to Kawaki, where he flat out told him that I cannot defeat Jura on my own, I am going to need your help in order to even stand a chance against Jura, we see in this chapter why Boruto said this. He wasn't just going off of Kashin Koji's own words. Now he actually has experience going up against Jura, and he now knows why Kashin Koji constantly kept telling him to stay away from him, because Jura is just a different monster. He is not the same as the other awakened Shinju that we have been getting. With the others, the Konoha Shinobi, the Sand Shinobi, at least stood somewhat of a chance against them. With Jura, it is absolutely not the case. Now we see why Kashin Koji warned Shikamaru to make sure that no one in the village stays, or to make sure no one in the village interferes with Jura. If he does decide to show up there, just leave him alone, let him do what he came here to do, and then just wait until he leaves. So what we have right here in this chapter, like I said earlier, it is mostly the fight between Boruto and Jura, and basically what we see here is Boruto throwing everything that he has against Jura, and none of it works, and I mean none of it. Boruto constantly uses Flying Thunder God, we see him using the Rasengan, nothing is working. Jura is just countering every single one of them. And also, for anyone wondering, well, maybe if Boruto uses Rasengan Uzuhiko, that will be the thing that gets him the win, because even Boruto was all that confident about Rasengan Uzuhiko and that it's a technique that can defeat anyone, basically. Well, what we see in this chapter is that is absolutely incorrect. And Boruto may have made a mistake in showing Hidari the Rasengan Uzuhiko, because based on what we found out in the previous chapters, Jura is connected to the other awakened Shinju, meaning he was connected to Hidari when he was fighting against Boruto, against Sarada, meaning he experienced everything Hidari experienced when he got hit with the Rasengan Uzuhiko. And what we see happen here is Jura using that information in order to counter the Rasengan Uzuhiko. And we get this moment that just tells you the dangerous situation that Boruto is in right now, because when Jura counters the Rasengan Uzuhiko, it's stated that Boruto has a look on his face like he just shat himself. Boruto could not believe that the Uzuhiko that he was so confident in just did not work. And we essentially figure out how Jura countered the Rasengan Uzuhiko by basically figuring out that the principle of the Uzuhiko and how the technique works is the same as how Jura basically forms a tailed beast bomb. And basically once he realized that, he just essentially reversed it and was able to nullify the effects of Uzuhiko. And so now Uzuhiko's been rendered completely useless. So that is not going to work. And when I read these spoilers, basically the first thing that I thought of is Boruto fans are essentially going to now go through what Naruto and Sasuke fans went through when Naruto and Sasuke went up against Jigen and then later Ishiki. Basically, Naruto and Sasuke threw everything they had at Jigen, everything they had at Ishiki, and none of it worked. It all got countered and they basically got left feeling completely useless, knowing that nothing they have is going to work against this guy. And all they really have is just using chakra to enhance their own physical abilities. And that's just not enough because Jura was just stronger than them. Or not Jura, excuse me, Jigen. And then, of course, Ishiki was just that much stronger than them. So just using chakra to enhance their physical strength is just not going to work against Jigen and Ishiki. And now Boruto is essentially realizing that he is basically in the same situation that Naruto and Sasuke were. Everything that he has is not working against Jura. All of his techniques, all of the training that he did for the past 3 years, none of it is working. Jura is just countering all of that. And at one point, Jura actually manages to capture Boruto using wood style, but Boruto then uses Uzuhiko to break out of it, and then uses Flying Thunder God to teleport to his sword, which Jura had at the time, and then manages to use that opportunity to hit Jura with the Uzuhiko, and that's when Jura counters it. And of course, that's when Boruto is just left completely speechless. And that's basically where the chapter ends. Now, again, like I said, we obviously are going to have more context once we get the full chapter because we don't have any images right here. I don't have any of the scans right here in front of me, which obviously when you take the images and you combine them with the dialogue, you get the full picture. So because I don't have that, obviously when we do get that and we have full context, obviously I will put all of my thoughts on that in the official chapter review. I'm just going off of what we have right here in front of us. So wait until the full chapter review gets released to know what my true thoughts are on the chapter. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to leave this here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. What do you think about what we have right here? Again, whatever your thoughts are, let me know about them in the comment section down below. And while you're here, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, share it out there. Please hit the subscribe button if you are new and if you enjoy my content and you want to support the channel. And please, guys, make sure to share it out there with whoever you think might be interested in, and make sure to ring the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. And that is going to be all for me, guys. Thank you so much again for watching up until this point. And I hope I'll see you guys for my next video, which again, hopefully is the full chapter review. Bye for now.